world history story time. So my buddy John, the one who often joins us in the Roll for a Drink videos, he sent me a very short TikTok a little while back mentioning Victor Lustig, the guy who sold the Eiffel Tower. However, I already personally knew this story, so I told him what happened, and he found it amusing enough that he thought I should do a video on it. So here we go. Victor Lustig was born in 1890 and lived till 1847, and he was from Hungary. And in the 1920s and 30s, he became a prolific scam artist. He operated all over Europe and later all over the United States, and he even scammed Al Capone. But we're here to talk about arguably his biggest and most ridiculous scam. See, by the mid-1920s, the Eiffel Tower had become very costly to maintain. And after reading a French article citing that the majority of French citizens at the time supported removing the monument, Victor hatched a plan. He got a dude to counterfeit him some official-looking French stationery, and he used said stationery to invite a bunch of scrap dealers to an invitation-only event. And at the said event, he cited the article and stated that the French government had in fact decided to remove the Eiffel Tower, and that this invitation-only event was being held for the scrap dealers who had the ability to undertake such a massive project. At this point, as a good con artist would, he kept an eye out for the person he felt was the most gullible. And he soon figured out that that was Andre Poisson. Poisson? Hey, just because I have French-Canadian heritage doesn't mean I can properly pronounce French names. Anyway, Andre was very much looking to move up the inner circles of Parisian business. And a job of the magnitude of scrapping the Eiffel Tower would definitely do that for a person. So in a private meeting, Victor told Andre that he was the type of government official who could be persuaded to send the bid in whichever direction he so pleased, provided he got a little supplemental income to pad his meager government salary that didn't actually exist. Andre thought that this was a good investment and gave Victor 70,000 francs. Victor, who didn't actually have the ability to sell the Eiffel Tower, immediately left France. And as all con artists are gambling men, Victor bet that Andre, being very insecure in his position in Parisian society, he figured he'd be too embarrassed to report the con. And he was right. However, the success went to his head and Victor tried the same scam a second time. But this time the scrap dealers caught on and informed the police. However, being a slippery little man, he evaded capture and went to America, where he continued scamming people like Al Capone and a Texas sheriff until he was eventually caught in New York in 1935. Then he escaped, then he got recaught, then he spent some time in Alcatraz, and while incarcerated he contracted pneumonia, which would end up killing him in 1947. And so ended the story of the man who sold the Eiffel Tower for scrap.